Sir, I will give mobile to him. He
will
make
give
video
mobile
of
to
my
me.
presentation.
You are going to hand over mobile to him.
Yes,
And he is going to
Make video of my presentation.
he is going to record.
Yes, sir,
Your
want to.
delivery. Fine,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Fine.
Wow, what a presentation. Do you want to be a person to listen this from your audience? Then you must give me a few minutes in order that I tell you some basic tips which help you to deliver an effective and most influential presentation. So I'm going to give you 6 basic tips which will help you to deliver an effective presentation. Point number 1 is well prepared in advance. If you are well prepared in advance, then you will deliver a much better presentation than when you are not well prepared in advance. The second important point is that to know your audience. It doesn't mean that you go there and make friendship with your audience. It means that you know that who they are, what their age is, what their profession is, which thing make your presentation relatable to your audience. If you give some example or reference, make it relatable to your audience for them to understand what your point of interest is and for them to understand what your point of view is. So if you know your audience well, then you will deliver a much better presentation. And the point number 3 is, I'm going to discuss one problem which happens to most of the presenter, and that problem is what to say and what not to say during a presentation. For example, I'm a student and I'm doing a final year project on a topic, for example, enhanced oil recovery, draining problems, etc. And now I'm put a final year project in front of a student or a teacher. So I'm thinking that how I will present a better presentation. How I will put my final year report in front of a teacher that it will become impressive. So the first point is, the first thing which I have to do it, make important point of my presentation. For example, let's suppose I write 20 important points. And the time is short. Due to shortage of time, I cannot deliver, I cannot explain, I cannot put and explain each and every point in front of a teacher. So the important point is that I highlight the most important point and give them much high priorities and discard the rest of them. So that will help me what to say and what not to say. And the third important point is that grab the attention of your audience. Grabbing the attention of your audience in a very first 45 seconds is something what a lot of good presenters do. So how will someone grab the attention of their audience? Starting their presentation with an interesting story, or starting their presentation with a question mark as I do, and or relate and explain the central idea, framing the central idea of your presentation in a very first few seconds is something what a lot of a successful presenter do. And the fifth important point is your body language and gesture. Presentation is like an entertainment show and you are like an entertainer. You should speak to your audience and your audience should listen your each and every point. Be careful. You should not lose your audience. You should not lose your audience. Don't fumble in the middle. So how you will get engaged with your audience to make eye contact with every single person in your audience. If you make eye contact with every single person, at least try to make contact with all the person. So if you make contact, that will give the personal touch to your presentation. And the last important point is overcome nervousness. Most of the presenter tells that this problem happened to all the person at one time or another time. A lot of successful presentation face that problem, even presenting a new topic, or give presentation to a new audience, or give presentation to the audience who knows them well. So they face the problem of nervousness. So what's the identification that a presenter now feel nervousness? Pounding of heart, shaking of their head and legs, and sweaty palm in forehead. That is the identification of a nervousness presenter. Now how to get rid of this nervousness? The first point is start thinking about your audience, not thinking, stop thinking about your audience is your judges, is like teacher. I don't thinking, I treat them just like my normal audience. And the second important point is that you are a holder of a great information and the audience are there just to listen you and they are happy to get chance to get advantage and to get points from your presentation. And the last point is you should focus on that what I will do for my audience, not focus on that what audience will do with you. That will upgrade your presentation to the next level.
You didn't talk about time management in your presentation. What about time management?
Sir, I told you in that